We're always grateful when Jack agrees to be our guest speaker and provide you all with the annual Airports report. Today we're especially grateful that he has another commitment at Capitol Hill. Our schedule is slightly different today, and I'd like to invite Jack to join me. Jack assumed the position of President and CEO of MWAA in 2011, and since then we have seen lots of changes at Dulles. Reduction in employment costs, search of concessions, search of new international carrier have all happened under Jack's leadership. New domestic and international air service announcements are being released regularly. Jack's leadership and the people who have supported his vision for a world-class airport should be applauded. Please help me welcome Jack Lyon.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for accommodating my schedule. I have a 2 o'clock closed hearing at in the Rayburn building, so as soon as I'm done, I'm going to have to depart. But I just want to again thank you for accommodating the schedule. Before I get started on remarks, there are two things I want to cover. First, I was informed that Rich McGarry is going to be stepping away from the board. So Rich, would you come on up here? Rich has been a good friend, particularly good friend of Dulles for many years, but a good friend of mine for the last couple, and I just wanted to publicly thank Rich for all of his hard work and for all of his help over the years, and for helping a guy from New York kind of figure out what goes on here in Virginia. So Rich, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. We got a little...
I'm giving him a hat on our 30th anniversary, as well as a Committee for Dulles plaque. So thank you, and it's a recognition of your steadfast dedication and commitment to the mission of the Committee for Dulles and its community outreach. Rich, thank you very much. And I'd also be remiss if I didn't take a little time to thank the Committee for Dulles for all their work on the scholarship program, and to congratulate the 4 scholarship winners that we have here today. I had an opportunity to meet them before, I take a picture with them, but also to ask them what schools they're going to. You really should ask. I mean, these are some impressive kids. And so I want to congratulate them, wish them well in the university days, but more importantly, think about working for the airport someday. We really need talent like I met there. So again, never stop pitching for the airports, all right? But no, seriously, congratulations to you all. And I know you are the daughters of folks who work on the airport, and I want to thank the Committee for Dulles for their efforts to make scholarship monies available for the sons and daughters of airport employees. So again, let's have a round of applause for these young ladies. Okay, I work best not from the podium, but I'm going to step aside. Since I got here at the airport, I guess it's 8 years ago, I've been pitching long and hard for the fact that we have to work together as a community to protect this airport and to focus on growing the airport. And the way we've chosen to focus on growing the airport is to make airlines successful. Because the only, if you think about it, they're the ones that make a decision on what airport to fly into and out of. And our job at the Airports Authority is, first and foremost, to make sure that we provide a safe means and a pleasant means for folks to get onto and off of an airplane, but more importantly, that we help grow the economy in this metropolitan area. And so we've been focused on cost per employment, because when we went to the airlines, they told us that's the biggest reason that we had gone at Dulles from some 27 million passengers down to 21. Because our price to get somebody on a plane was $27, amongst the highest in the country, and we had to drive that number down in order to get them to grow. And so we did. If you look at this chart here, at one point we charged as much as $26.55 in 2014. We actually charged them over 27, but at the end of the year we had saved so much money that we had lowered that number, and we settled up at a lower number. But the bottom line was, the forecast was that we were gonna continue to grow and get up to almost over $31. Now you can see the results of what's happened since then. In 2014, we rallied everybody. Everybody's came to the table. We've dropped that number down to $16.77 in 2018. The forecast at the end of the year, we just went to the bond market where we have an airport consultant come in. They have to report to the folks who are buying the bonds on what the expectation is. The expectation is that we'll be down to $15.15 by the end of this year. Now that's good news, but even more important is we have sold, as we all know, some 400 acres of land on the western portion of our campus, and we have $200 million that we've set aside now, the proceeds of that sale, and we put it into a stabilization fund, okay? And we're expecting that our cost per employment is gonna be flat, okay? And this does not include any of the $200 million. So the bottom line is, can the airlines go to the bank on the fact that we're gonna be flat? The answer is yes, because every forecast, and you look at what you normally consider in terms of inputs to determine what the cost per plane is going to be, that's the output of doing that. And if you consider that we have a $200 million fund besides, airlines can kind of plan through 2024 that their cost per employment is going to be stable. And we know it's going to go up at other airports because they're making huge investments, billions of dollars in their airport facilities. We're fortunate we made that years ago. And so we can accommodate 40 million passengers without adding any big significant costs. And so we're very well positioned going forward. If you look what's happened, United has really stepped up to the plate. United is adding, they would transfer a lot of people through Newark, another United hub. They're now moving people from as far away as Traverse City, Michigan, used to fly them through Newark, they're now flying through Dulles. And you can see all of these feeder destinations, Manchester, New Hampshire, Elmira, New York, Ogdensburg, New York. Small airports, but they're now transferring through Dulles, and we become a connection point for them. And most important on this chart is the fact that we're hitting a lot of Southeast destinations. And historically, United has stepped away from concentrating on Southeast. And why is the Southeast important? Because of vacationers going to Florida, going to places like Wilmington and Hilton Head. So this is really, really good news. United grew Dulles seat capacity by 5.8% this year. That's phenomenal. And 6.6% by the end of the year. So going forward, it's going to be even higher than it has been in the first 5 months. You look at the networks, our domestic network, new service has been added, as I described on the previous chart. We've added places beyond that aren't transfer, like Colorado Springs, Vail, etc. And most important, we really are stepping up on the international side. So United added service to Edinburgh. As you all know, we announced Tel Aviv recently. Volaris is San Salvador, San Jose. Cathay Pacific, Hong Kong. We just did Egypt Air going to Cairo. Alitalia to Rome. TAP Portugal last Sunday, added Lisbon. And Cape Verde Airlines added Cape Verde. So we're growing on the domestic side, we're growing on the international side, and as I said earlier, part of our strategy has been selling that land, the 424 acres of the western land, for $236 million, but the good news is there's still another 11,000 acres that we can optimize. And so we have a continued opportunity to take advantage of our biggest asset, which is land. And if we monetize that, we can even drive costs for airlines down even further. So these are the types of opportunities that we're looking at out at 606. We have some frontage land. We have the new metro station that's going to be on our property up north. We have some 50 acres adjacent to that station. Once it's there, I'm sure people are going to want to use our land, and so we're going to continue to take advantage of land and continue to try and drive revenue to help the airline operations. Now, we have probably one of the most capable technical groups in America, and we are working very hard to try and help passengers navigate our airport. We have things like turn-by-turn directions. We've replaced all of our Wi-Fi. We have a new Wi-Fi system that enables you to, search for shopping, dining, and all of our sales are up. Jerome Davis and his team have redone all of our stores. You now can do duty-free online shopping. So bottom line is, we're not just focused on the monetary side, we're focused on the customer and trying to make sure that the experience at our airports is as good as we possibly can make it. We also have, and I said on the technical side, we're also doing biometric boarding, and we have a group that's created a product called Veriscan. And that Veriscan product, the reason it's important is because it enables you to get on an international flight by using your face as the equivalent of your passport. So you don't have to show an identification, you just walk up to our Veriscan product, which by the way is an iPad on a stick. That's really what it is. Our guys have written apps that are so good that you walk up, it catches your photo, it's very sensitive to light, and the bottom line is, what used to take multiple seconds for you to hand your passport to an agent so they could look at it and then look in your face, that's now less than a 2-second transaction. Okay? And we get, the database is provided by Customs. We don't keep pictures. We don't do anything. But what we have done is we've now worked with these airlines, Air France, United, and others, so that not only is your face your ID, but your face is the ticket, because we've linked it to their ticketing systems. So, you walk up, and we have video of JetBlue, because we've hooked up with them. You walk up, takes your picture, you get a green check, you walk on the plane. You never have to show a ticket, you just walk on. And so we have taken that, we're now monetizing it, in the sense that we have other airports that are buying that product. So we never, ever lose focus on cost per employment and driving that down. So as we make money from Dallas and others, we're going to continue to drive down our cost per employment at Dulles. And I just said, Veriscan, these are the places that we're going to: Dallas, Fort Worth, Port of Seattle. We even have done a test with TSA. And Scott Johnson's here. The product that Biometric Exit is designed for Customs and Border Protection. Working with Scott, we were able to set up a gate for those people who were going to get on an international flight. We set up a gate so that those folks could use Veriscan and not have to go through that initial check where you have to present your ticket and your driver's license in order to get on the plane. And it was very successful. 98% of people who use, Veriscan are successfully processed without having, and the backup, by the way, is paper. So they don't have to go to the paper. Now, concessions, we have 44 food and beverage locations that have been updated, 9 chef-driven or local concepts, 39 retail and shopping locations, 31 newly opened or refreshed concessions in 2018 alone. We have new passenger lounges. United is opening a Polaris Lounge, the top end of what they have. And we've introduced curbside valet, which is really starting to take off, and sleep box where people can rest. First airport in America with sleep box. So again, all about the passenger, all about convenience. We want them to want to come to Dulles and take our flights. Now, we are building the Silver Line out to Dulles Airport. It's rare that you have a mass transit stop at an airport facility. We're gonna have one, as you know, in 2020, and we'll have both of our airports then with metro stops, and we're hoping that this metro stop is used as much as the one that we have at Reagan, because at Reagan, we are the highest in terms of percentage of passengers, highest use of any metro or transit system in the United States with what we have at Reagan. And so we want to make sure that this station here is as successful as the one at Reagan. And it's great attraction, particularly for international advertising, to say, you fly here, you can get on a train and you can go right downtown. You can go to Tyson's Corner, a lot of destinations that people want to hit. And not to leave Reagan out, we are reconstructing a couple of things at Reagan. As you know, we're building an additional concourse. And our goal is to get away from the infamous gate 35X. That's the gate where you go down into the basement, you get on a bus, and you go out to one of 14 hot stand positions. You know, everyone keeps telling me how much they're gonna miss it, but I don't believe them. The fact of the matter is that concourse is well underway, and we're moving the security checkpoints to new space that we're building, 150,000 square feet, 75,000 at the north end and 75,000 at the south end of the BC terminal at Reagan. And that will make National Hall secure. And so, great opportunity for people to dwell, spend their money, keep cost per employment down. We never want to lose that theme, but it'll be a real convenience for people. The good news about both of our airports, they are growing. And so when I started, I think we're about 17 or 18 million passengers at Reagan. And in the last 3 years, we've jumped from that number up to 24 million. That's what's driven this construction. And as I told you earlier, we had a situation where enplanements at Dulles had gone down, or total passengers had gone down from 27 million down to 21. The good news is, last year we hit 24. The even better news is this year, showed you what United was planning in terms of additional seats. It's growing, and it's growing very, very well. As a matter of fact, Scott Johnson, who's here, let us know that last Friday, you know, it's the Friday before Father's Day, but last Friday, we hit the highest number of passengers screened at Dulles Airport since 2010. Now, that's not when you'd expect to peak. You know, we peak around Thanksgiving. We peak, you know, and no one expects that in June you're going to hit a peak. And so that's just indicative of what's going on in our airport. I'm hoping we do better than 25 million passengers this year, and I think everything is set to continue to grow. So I just want to close by thanking you, because over the years, you have helped drive these results. You've helped by helping us in Richmond. At one point, we got some money from the Commonwealth. We got $25 million in each of 2 years, and we told them we wouldn't be back for more money, but that helped us lower the cost per employment. It helped us cement the relationship that we have with our airlines, and it turned them into, from pessimists to optimists about what was going to happen out here. And you've been there whenever we needed your help, to go talk to airlines, to talk to community groups about what we need at this airport. You were instrumental in getting phase 2 of the rail line, past the political hurdles. Can you imagine if we stopped and just built, and the airport built a train to Wheelie Avenue, and we didn't get all the way out to Dulles? That would have been a sin. And so I want to thank you for that, because that was a lot. There was a lot of political drive behind making that happen. So again, just with a close that says, we've turned a corner, we're on a good path. Our intent is to stay on that good path. Our intent is to help the economy in Northern Virginia and the surrounding metropolitan area, help it grow by providing world-class airport service that attracts visitors, that attracts businesses. It's great to be located at an international airport where you can hop on and go wherever you need to go around the world. And so, again, I think we're on a great path, and the good news is We continue to have strong support from the community, and we count on you being behind us and helping us as we face whatever challenges are on our way. So I want to again thank you for letting me speak early. I don't know what I'm going to face when I get down to this closed hearing, but I hope it's as pleasant as this has been. Question is, when are we getting Chick-fil-A? I will say we're working on it. And it is coming. It really is.
That sounds personal. For a lot of them it is.
I won't deny the fact that I enjoy it. I look a little bit like it. Okay, any other questions? All right, the other thing I love about this crowd is the tough questions I get. Take care, thank you.
When Cornerstones was established in 1970, its founders recognized that even in a community where people are welcomed and are welcoming, regardless of race, ethnicity, religion, or socioeconomic background, people could work hard and still not earn enough to support their families, that there would always be hungry people or people in crisis. Many in our community are just one unexpected life event away from living in their car or on a friend's couch or on the street. No one plans on being homeless.
My life before, I was the owner of a big pharmacy in Washington, D.C. In August of 2010, I discovered an embezzlement of several $million. And by the summer of 2014, I have lost everything. The house and my business. We have yet to leave the house in Great Falls. And in October 4th of 2014, we entered the Embry Riker Center. My first impression was a surprise. It was a pleasant surprise. The people were very, very nice. I got a nice welcome. And we got a nice room. And my biggest surprise was the food. There was a kitchen with 4 ladies cooking fresh food 3 times a day. And my biggest pleasant surprise was my case manager. He provided a lot of love and psychological support, and he explained to me all the services that Cornerstone is providing for the homeless people.
Our comprehensive programs provide stability to people in times of crisis, resources that promote empowerment for moving forward, and hope for the future. At Cornerstones, we meet people wherever they are, without judgment.
Now I have my home. My daughter, she's in school, she's very good. She's gonna go university. My husband, good job working. Now I'm thinking to go to university, to finish my university, and to find good job after that.
Providing stability is only the first step. Where Cornerstones is different from other organizations is in providing the gift of time and resources that continue after the immediate crisis has passed. Cornerstones empowers people to take the next step in what is often a longer journey to well-being through their own hard work and the tenacious support of Cornerstone staff, volunteers, and partners. And we see the difference that makes every day.
I become a citizen and I enjoy the class, and it's helped me also. My English is become better and I speak better now, and I understand also people when they talking. And after that, I interested and I help her in the class. When I become citizen, I still come every week and help in the class.
When we got the place, the Cornerstone has been extremely supportive to us. They furnished the house because I didn't have anything left. New beds, tons of food, and any supply you can imagine My case manager came here, brought cleaning things, sheets and clothes and food. So the ladies came here, they fixed everything for us. So it was an easy and very pleasant transition from the shelter to this place. And I'm very appreciative.
These individuals can imagine a future they thought out of reach and can begin to make goals for a better future. Goals we all share for ourselves and for our children. Goals that are possible with the support and partnership that you provide.
Immediately when we moved to the community, we knew that Cornerstones was going to be an excellent partner and build a strong relationship with us. We've been very involved with the organization, whether it's volunteering at the Embry-Rucker shelter, participating in the Help to Homeless walks, and just frankly helping to secure affordable housing for those individuals living in our community. It's such a critical need to build a better Reston.
Cornerstones is proud of the role we play as a participant, convener, interconnector, and advocate, bringing people and sectors together to solve some of our region's most challenging problems. Our readiness program for job seekers has been adopted countywide, and with our business leaders, we're defining the skill sets needed for our current and future workforce. With Reston's Opportunity Neighborhood Initiative, Cornerstones is working along with our partners to see that all children thrive in a healthy start in life and are prepared to excel in school and career. And true to Cornerstone's founders, we believe that our job is to end homelessness, not just manage it, by developing housing that is affordable for people over their entire lifetime. Together with our partners, we have reduced homelessness in Fairfax County by 47%. We remain firmly rooted in the Reston community goals handed down by its founder. We apply the value that all may live, work, play, and serve in the many areas which Cornerstones operates today.
Cornerstone, it's a very, very important organization. Based on my experience, is providing a tremendous help to needy people. And I cannot express in words how appreciative I am for what Cornerstone has provided for me and my son. And most of all is, besides again all the material things we get, is the love and the attention we get from the case management.
It's like I'm become like, now I'm doing things, I'm happy. Yeah.